Sensation back at you. Today's video is going to be a marketplace find, but I did not have the camera charge to take with me this morning to pick it up. So what I've been thinking about doing here, and the reason I'm starting a video this way, is I wondered how cheap I could build a budget gaming rig for now in 2026. And I say that because the price of DDR4 memory and the price of DDR5 memory is getting so out of hand that it makes budget builds harder and harder to do, right? So I went down a different road on Marketplace, is what I did. And I decided if I'm going to go for a budget gaming build, then I probably want to look at pre built systems because let's face it, sometimes you can find these for a dime a dozen. So what I found today is actually an HP, and I'm going to try to find it on the Google machine, but I don't know if I can. I don't think they call it a Pavilion, but let me see if I can find a picture of it. Okay, that's similar, but that's a small form factor. So it's wider than that. It looks more like this one here, but it's not the Omni. At least I don't think it is. It's got a lighter brush metal on it. You'll see it in the video. All right, here she is in all her glory. That is our HP desktop $100 marketplace find today. You see it's kind of in the brushed aluminum with a black housing, right? I'd say somebody's messed with it before. If you look in the back, it's missing some of the PCI Express covers. So they're missing. They could have had a graphics card in it before, messed around with it, right? And it's got the stock power supply in it. So it's a completely stock unit, okay? Just flip it around so you can see it vented in the side here. One fan in the back, typical for your desktops. Got a little dust on it, so it could definitely use a cleanup, right? But I did buy this from an IT guy. You'll hear the introduction at the beginning of the video where I did it on OBS because I wanted to tell you what I was thinking beforehand. This does have some pretty cool features on the front of the case, though. Would get you back around there. So you got your power button on the top right here. It does have the single combo audio port right there. You have 4 USB ports on the front of this, and you have a card reader, and you have a USB-C down there. This one has the cutout where it could have a DVD drive. It's actually got the spot for an extra hard drive, is what you're going to see there. So they didn't cut out the front panel behind this to fit the DVD drive because they put that, it was probably ordered with the extra hard drive slot, would be my guess. But it was working when I bought it. And like I said, when I got it home, it was signed into his Google and everything. It was his Microsoft account. So we didn't want to get into that, right? I don't know about you guys, but this is my favorite part. We're going to get under the hood of this little HP desktop, and we're going to get an idea of what we got to work with, and we're probably going to be disappointed, guys. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles, right? That's the way it works. When you're dealing with proprietary desktops, then there's only so much you could do with them. Could we recase it? Yes. But if we did recase it, I wouldn't get all my options that I have with it now, right? I can tell you we have an NVMe drive in there at 256 gig, and there's a Toshiba 750 gig. This is just how I bought it, guys. So you can see we have PCI Express slots here. We got a 1x, and we got the one for our graphics card right there, which is the x16, right? Everything appears to be hooked up, and everything was working when we tested it, so we know that. Some kind of cage to remove here so we can get to some other stuff. But here's what I want to look at. What if we upgraded the power supply? Is it possible? I'm looking at this thing, and I'm going to tell you what, guys. She ain't playing with your standard ATX. Looks like she's got a 4-pin down here. That 4 of them plug into the motherboard down here, and then another 4 run up here and plug into the main board. So this is a little bit different than what I've seen. Which means it's not as simple as putting a regular power supply in it. That's all I'm saying. How's this stuff come apart? I don't know. That's making some noise. Is there some kind of... Is there some... What's the magic to it? Anybody know? Raise your hand if you know the magic to getting this cage out of here. Looks like it bolts in from behind this cover right here, so we may have to pop this cover off. Would be my guess on that. And there's the cover for it, in case you didn't get a good look at it. So we'll set that to the side for now. We'll turn this around here, and I'm going to see if I can find any screws that are holding this. And it looks like there's one. And it is HP, so it's not going to use like your four-way or Phillips head. You can use a flat head on it, or you can use a Torx head. And since I had a flat head, I'm going to go ahead and use the straight screwdriver on it. Same thing, flat head, straight screwdriver is the same. So we'll take this bolt out right here, and I'm hoping our hard drive cage will come loose, because that's going to give us room to see what we're working with here, right? Okay. Yep, it goes up and locks in too, but you got to unplug it or you're going to break everything, right? What else is hooked to it? Oh, they just got that looped in. Okay, I think we got it. There's our hard drive. We can upgrade that hard drive too, because I got enough of them laying around here from terabytes and stuff like that. So get that out of the way, and there's a good look at what we're looking at here. Not much, guys. I'm going to guess what some of these connectors are. I mean, these are obviously SATA connectors. And if you look, the SATA connectors come out of the motherboard as well. So the power for those is right out of the motherboard. This thing is pretty energy efficiently built, in my opinion. I mean, for a motherboard, you're only looking at... It looks like a 4-pin connector's powering it, guys, right here. So I believe this 4-pin... Can we get it off there? I believe that 4-pin right there is powering this thing. So that's what's throwing the power down to it. And then you got your 4-pin CPU power at the top, right? And then, of course, we got our stock fan here, our 2 sticks of memory, an 8 and a 16. And, of course, this abomination, which is our... That would have been for a CD drive, the little guy right there, and then the bigger SATAs for hard drives. This did come with a hard drive cage. It is not cut out for the other thing here, and this thing's got some dust in it. We're going to need to clean it up too. There's our power supply though. It's a 80 plus, but it says do not exceed 180 watts. Well, we know that our CPU and our graphics card's 165 watts. We know that. There's no getting around that, right? Is 15 watts enough to leave on the table? I don't know. I don't know if you can power the rest of the system on 15 watts. The better part of me says, hell no, don't do it. But there's a part of me that says, send it, right? We don't have to sell it immediately. We can extensively bench test it and stuff. And if we blow the power supply up, then we'll deal with the other stuff, right? So what do you guys think about that? You can put that in the comment section. While you're thinking about it, to what to put in the comment section, I'm going to go ahead and start doing it. I have confirmed that they do make an adapter for a regular power supply. So I do not have one, but I will be getting one. But we're going to test it without it, because I think it'll work without it, but we'll test it that way. I don't want to send it down the road to anybody else without it, though, because that's, you know, this is my Simsation's house and my deal. So if I catch it on fire, that's my responsibility, right? I don't want to be responsible for burning somebody else's house down over it. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. No sense in doing that, right? So I'm replacing these screws, any one of them that I can, with regular Phillips head screws, because it just makes more sense. Oh, I got something to replace this block-off plate back here that's missing after I put the graphics card in. I would say that missing those plates, that somebody may have even had a graphics card in this at one time, would be my guess, guys. I might be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I think that's probably a pretty accurate statement, honestly. What did I just do with the screw I had, fellers? Oh, who cares? I got a whole thing of them. Got a whole thing of them? What do you care, right? Might have dropped it anyway. So we're going to put it back together like the factory did here. We're just going to use different screws, right? And we're going to button it up, and it's going to look just like the PC we had. There's the screw. I set it down here. We'll move it. Most of you probably seen that anyway. You're like, that idiot. That's be about right if you said that. It'd be about the sum of it. I think some of this stuff goes in that holder right there, so we're going to move it back to there. The 6-pin adapter works good in it, so once we swap the power supply, though, to a regular one, we won't have to worry about using the burn your house down adapter either. Because we won't be burning the house down, because we'll have an adequate power supply that's going to have enough overhead. This one's on the threshold of working, and I think it'll work. I'm just saying, I think it will. I'm going to put that cover back on too. I'm sure this is put in for support to add a little rigidity to the case. Does that sound right to you guys? Probably not. Make the case more rigid though. And I think that's probably what that's in there for. We got our terabyte hard drive, our 256 factory one down there. I'm going to get the part on order that we need to power this thing properly with a regular power supply. And we'll figure our cost up, but it's still going to be a budget PC, even when we do that. But let's get the front panel back on it, and then get the side panel back on it, and get the thing buttoned up, and then we'll fire it up and do some testing. You know, repower it. It was working before, guys. And the only two things I done was I added a graphics card and I added the terabyte hard drive. Now we got the whole bullshit process of diagnosing our PC because it didn't boot right. Welcome to Windows. You can hard stop a Linux 20 times in a row and the son of a bitch will still boot every time. Windows, you do it one time, and we're going into diagnosing, attempting repairs. You messed up your boot drive. You can't make it up, guys. You just can't. It is what it is, right? Welcome to the wonderful world of Windows operating systems. Did it fix it? We're going to find out. I know if it was going to boot in that slow, then we may have bigger issues than a bad drive hooked onto it. We might have something wrong with our NVMe. No, it's booting in pretty good now. Oh, we removed an update, recently installed updates to recover your device from a startup failure. All right. So maybe it broke itself. I don't know. Why is this box stuck open? Maybe that's because it removed the update. I don't know. Should we take a look at the updates then? We probably should. So let's go to the settings. Scroll down to the, well, there's a Windows update right there. I'm going to go ahead and download and install them because there's all kinds of them right here. So you see all the updates, but we have our, I think the driver should be in for this, but we'll check and see real quick. Yep, GTX 1650 Super right there. So we got them. I'm just going to go right at the gut here, guys. Since we got it on a OBS screen recording, I'm going to shut my mouth. And if we explode a power supply, we do, but we're going to run a heaven benchmark on the damn thing. Alright guys, as you can see from this video, that HP was put through the paces, buddy. And I mean lap after lap after lap on iRacing. That's just a little bit of the footage. Hopefully you like that. I haven't included that before. It was done on a single 27-inch Asus monitor, just an Asus flat monitor. I have, though, in a marketplace find, picked up a 28-inch curved monitor that I may put up there for that. But we'll see. But that was done on a single Asus 27-inch monitor. That's a Samsung 28-inch curved I picked up. You'll see it in a different video. That's it, though, for the HP Pavilion. I want to know what you think in the comments section about that. Is that a new direction? I can tell you that PC sales have kind of dropped off, right? I'm dropping the prices down a little bit, but not too much, because I'll just sit on this stuff until the market comes back around a little better for it. I would think the used PCs would be a hot item with the price of memory and how much new PCs and even pre-builts are starting to go up, right? That was a 10th gen Intel in that one, so it natively supports Windows 11, which I guess is good for resale. And we made a budget gamer out of it. That's what we did. And then we proved, not just through the bench testing, but through iRacing, that it'll work, right? It's a budget gamer. You're not going to play 4K with it, probably. You're not going to play at max settings. You're going to play at lower settings. You're going to play at 1080, just like I did. And you're going to have a solid little budget gaming computer there. That's what these are for. And it's to put lower priced options on the market when you... I've done this in the past. If it slows down on the mid-tier to higher end stuff, go to lower end stuff. We picked the HP Pavilion up today for $100, right? We tested it. We put a graphics card in it. We tested it, and the thing worked great for me. So I'm sure it'll serve someone else just fine. It is for sale. It hasn't sold yet. But you're going to see a video on an HP Elite that is already sold, and that guy is super happy with it. For a budget gaming PC, you'll see that video actually come up after this one, but it's going to be a really good one. That's it, though, for the HP Pavilion. The build went good on it, I thought, and we got a super good little budget computer out of it. We already had 24 gigs of memory in it. We had a 10th gen Intel 10100 CPU. So 256 gig solid or NVMe drive, and then we put a 1 terabyte hard drive in for storage. So that it's going to work out great for somebody for a budget build. I'm really excited about that. I've got a couple more of them coming up for you. These are going to be just what I'm going to mess with for a little while, because one of them I happened upon on a trade deal, and you'll see that. And the other one I happened upon on a marketplace find. And then a third one I happened upon because I had the parts here. And then a fourth one, if it ever gets here, is going to be a Goodwill PC find. So I'm looking at these because of the prices of memory, obviously. And I think some of you guys have seen that too. And it's a cheap way in 2026 to get into gaming, right? It's a cheap way to get into budget gaming. If you want to see how... You've seen what other people think of budget PCs. They build them on their channels, right? It might be a $400 or $500 PC at the end of it. When I'm done with mine, it's a $150 budget PC. You see what I mean? And we're still on a 10th gen. We're on a 8th gen, 9th gen, 10th gen, 12th gen Intel. That's what you're on. That's why you look for these pre-builts. If I'm looking for a pre-built now, I want one with at least a 9th or 10th gen that supports Windows 11, especially if it's for resale for a budget gaming rig. I think that's what you want to shoot for. So that's what I've been doing for the most part. You'll see some of them don't meet that spec. The HP Elite was a Goodwill store find when I went up to Tallahassee to the Goodwill computer store. So you'll see the video on that. That's coming up right after this one. And then we got one where did I take a HP and a Gateway and marry them or mash? I don't know. You'll see a video on that one too. I'm going to do a few videos on this stuff because I want to give some of you guys and gals budget ideas. And maybe you've thought of it before, maybe you haven't thought of it, but this is a good way to get it on your mind, especially if you flip PCs, right? But that's going to do it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I mean that. And I will catch you on the very next Sensation video. Thank you.